let me hit you on this. The president is now talking, and there's reports out of the administration that the president, if he leaves office here on his way out, he's going to pardon all of his family members and maybe even himself.
Good. I'm 100% for it. I think what's happening with his family members is despicable. Despicable. And every single Republican who has ever said to me, because I've asked, why do we not pursue crimes? Why are we not going after Adam Schiff? Why are we not going after all of these people that have lied, who have perjured themselves? Why didn't we go after the Clintons? And every time it said, because you don't want to start that, because then it becomes a thing and you become a banana republic, and next thing you know, the guy you're running against, you're running against somebody who's in power, guess who ends up in jail?
Right.
You.
Right.
Okay.
So because it creates an environment in which there's this political revenge factor.
Correct. But I think they've started it. By going after the Trump family.
Did you just say they started it?
Because the argument against it, for me, has been, you don't want this to start, because then it doesn't end.
It never ends.
It never ends, because then the other side is like, oh, you're going to do that? Okay, I'll tell you what. So I think what they're doing to his family and saying that they're going to...
I mean that by threatening essentially prosecution afterward. Like they're going to go after Jared Kushner. They're going to go after Ivanka. They're going to go after Donald Trump Jr.
Just to destroy that family. And they're doing it to send a clear message. Don't ever try to do this again. Not to the Trumps. To you. Don't do it. You will either play by our rules. You'll either be who we say you are. You're not going to come out and just overthrow the parties. You're not going to go. You're going through the system. And when you're in the system, you will do what we say. Otherwise, we will destroy you. This is the worst possible message to send. And I don't read the Constitution where it says he can't pardon his family. He can't pardon himself.
It seems like I've thought of this before, and that it seems like the least consistent thing in the Constitution from the founders. Like when you look at what the founders
Except
were
they may have seen
to
this.
Maybe, but it's like what they were attempting to accomplish was to form a country in which some guy at the top could not take unilateral actions for his friends, let's say. And like here, and again, I don't fault Trump for this, in that if I were president, I would use the pardon power like 100 times a day. Like instead of tipping the guy who drops off my Amazon packages, I'd be like, pardon, your pardon, whatever. I
just give him a card. Hey, you ever get into trouble? Give me a call.
Instead of tipping 25%, I'd tip 20 and add a pardon. Like I would use it all the time. It would just be really fun.
I think I would too. I think he's used it the right way in many cases.
Yeah, and he hasn't used it. I would seriously use it more, because
everybody else waits until the last day, and then it's like, they just let Charles Manson out? What?
Some president is, and Trump did a little bit of this, and I'm not saying this is why he did it, but some president is going to figure out this power can, when used frequently, can help with votes.
Well,
right? Like you could say to it, like I part of me thought, like, what if Trump came out, because he did this a few times, and did high profile African Americans who were in jail for questionable reasons. Why not do that more often? Why not, instead of just doing a policy about changing, criminal justice reform, which he did, by the way, why not every day have a new person you're bringing out there and saying, this is another person I'm getting out because I think they were wronged? There have been times in the past where presidents have done things like this, where they just disagreed with policies and did blanket pardons.
Right.
And I can't possibly believe the founders had that in mind when they created this power. But it is there.
What was the group that Bill Clinton did on his last day? They were like the serial.
You got to have to be much more specific.
Yeah, the serial killer
Clinton
sevens. They were the radical group that now started Black Lives Matter. Remember Remember
Yeah,
the
I
real
remember talking
radical
about this,
group that had killed cops and everything else. He let them out, and that was to curry political favor.
Yeah.
And he also pardoned, what was her name, Susan Dougal, or there's been a few people that were well connected and paying lots of money to his campaign.
But it's been more about friends, right? Like friends, associates, people who could blackmail you easily. That's been more of the use of it. I like the idea of just utilizing it constantly. But there is a real argument here, I think, if you're in the Trump administration, to say that they're going to come after my family members for any reason they can even think of, real or not. So do you does it make you look, though, to the American people like you've done something wrong?
It will to half. It will to half. Yeah. The other half will go, damn right. I mean, I will. I don't like the idea. I didn't like the fact that Nixon was pardoned by Ford. I don't like the whole let's forget about Bill Clinton. Let's forget about Hillary Clinton. That was worse. What Hillary did was far worse. What the Clinton Foundation was doing, far worse. What Hunter Biden is doing, far worse. I don't like being able to just erase those things. But this is a political target. They are doing the. If Donald Trump was ending his second term today, or later in next month, if he was ending his second term, they wouldn't be doing this. They're doing this to shut him up, to keep him scared, to keep his family scared, and to send a message to Tea Party people and everybody else. We will crush you.